guys, so my name is just another panda and welcome back to another Tuesday on Happy Eternal Void. This week is tag week and honestly I do not like these videos most of the time, but I have to do it. So therefore I am going to be doing the throwback tag, and this is going to be very embarrassing for me because I was a very embarrassing child. So let's get started with that. Question is, what year were you born in? I was born in 2001. Question is, do you have any pictures from when you were younger? If you do, show. I have this picture of when I first started preschool. It was my first day and I was so excited, honestly. You would not believe, like, I was so happy, and now I honestly hate school so much. It's not that I hate the subject, I just hate like the people there, the teacher sometimes, you know, but I was really excited. Question is, what TV shows did you grow up watching? And honestly, I didn't watch a lot of TV when I was a kid, but I do remember watching a lot of Dora, Bob the Builder, like that kind of thing. I did watch a lot of Disney movies though, so I wasn't really a TV person because we didn't have cable for a big chunk of my childhood. Question is, what did you want to be when you were younger, and do you still want to be that? And my interests kind of change from year to year. So therefore, I at first wanted to be a teacher, and then I realized I had to deal with children and people, and then I wanted to be a doctor when I was in middle school, and then you also have to deal with people in that, and I just can't handle being around people 24/7. So no, I do not still want to be a teacher or a doctor. I'm more into like creating things. I want to be a musician actually, so yeah. This next question says for me to show you guys a video from when I was younger, and I don't really have one. So I'm just gonna skip that question, so I'm so sorry. You got a picture, so just be thankful. This next question asked me what were my favorite toys to play with when I was younger, and I honestly really don't remember any specific toys, but I loved things that make noise. I was the most annoying kid ever, so yeah. So this next one asked me what was the most embarrassing thing that I remember doing, and this is the hardest question ever because it's just a way to be stumped. I was the most annoying child ever. I used to talk a lot when I was little, and there's this one particular time because I was obsessed with Finding Nemo when I was about 3 years old, and my dad was on a strict diet, right? And one time he's like, oh, I'm gonna go get a cheeseburger, and I was watching Finding Nemo, and so when I heard him say that, I said, no eating here tonight, eating here tonight, eating here tonight, you on a diet. And then my dad was so mad at me. This next one asked me to read something that I wrote in kindergarten. Well, the problem with that is that I did find something, but I could not read it at all. I had the worst handwriting when I was in kindergarten, and I actually didn't learn how to write legibly until about the 1st or 2nd grade, so I'm just gonna skip that one. This question asked me to name 3 songs that I loved to listen to when I was a child. And this is one that I cannot remember because I was so young and I do not remember any songs that I loved to listen to. I do know that I was around my dad a lot when I was little for some reason, and he had a very diverse music taste, so I listened to a lot of Pink Floyd, Nirvana, Guns N' Roses, all that stuff when I was little. Yeah, I don't come from a very normal family, so yeah, I listened to a lot of that stuff. That's all I remember. Next question tells me to name something that I dressed up for Halloween when I was younger, like something funny that I used to dress up as. And I remember when I was about 4 years old, I was obsessed with Cinderella, and I would wear my Cinderella costume year after year after year. I don't know when I grew out of that, to be perfectly honest, and I like dressed up in that costume every single day. I practically lived in that thing. Question tells me to name something funny that I remember happening when I was a child, and I actually have a really good one for you guys. So this is a story that my mom tells me all the time because you'll see when I tell you the story. But you see, my mom was cooking and she had me like in my baby carrier on the counter, and what happened was that we had this dog. It was a large dog. Her name was Pepsi, and Pepsi was running all around the house for some reason, and she ran into the counter, and me and my baby carrier fell off the counter, and I landed on the side of my head, and my mom cried so hard. And yeah, luckily I survived. I wasn't injured in any way, but like my brother likes to joke around with me a lot about it, saying like, you know, that explains a lot, and then I'm all like, well, what the hell does that mean, you know? So yeah, I mean, I guess it does kind of explain a lot. I mean, I can be a little ditzy sometimes. I have my moments. Next question asks me if I have anything, like any toys or anything special from when I was a child. So I do have this bear, and it looks a little gross, and that's because when I was little, I used to get sick all the time, and I'd bring this to me all the time when I was in the hospital, and I threw up on it a lot. So yeah, it's a little gross, but this is I actually have had this since I was born, because like a family member brought this for me when I was first born, and I still have it to this day. This has to be one of the oldest things in my room, other than my music box, which was given to my grandmother in like in the 1970s. So yeah, I still have him. Yeah, I'll leave him right here for you guys. You changed a lot when he changed a lot. Like, I love you, but you are just a hot mess. Question asks me, what was something weird that I did as a child? And, I used to talk really fast when I was little, because now I'm like a really quiet person, and if any of you know me personally, like if any of you know me from my like everyday life, you know that I'm a pretty quiet person. YouTube is the only place where I get to be outgoing. But when I was little, I would talk to everybody like a lot, and it got to the point where like I would slur my words and stuff. So yeah, that's something that weird that I used to do. And also like I would laugh all the time, and I think I still do that. So yeah. Question asked me, what was the scariest thing that has ever happened to me when I was younger? And the answer to that is about when I was about 8 years old. I know this is a little later, but this is the only thing that I remember. My mom actually fell down 2 flights of concrete stairs, and I thought she was actually going to die. But she didn't. She just had a major head injury. So yeah, that has to be the scariest thing that I remember happening to me, other than every single time my brother had his friends over. So yeah. Question asks me, how has the world changed from when you were younger to now? Honestly, I think there are a few things that have changed, and one would be like music. When I was a kid, I didn't listen to a lot of music at the time, but like the music that was like really big was like things like I remember Taking Back Sunday being a really big thing too, like just stuff like that. And now it is just like a lot of EDM, like that kind of thing. So I think music can have to be one thing that has changed a lot. And also like technology has changed a lot. Like when I was a kid, we had like the only thing that you could access the internet from was like these computer things. And now we have like these little itty bitty smartphones and tablets. So computers have gotten smaller since then, and it is freaking like wow. That I would have to miss the most from being a kid would probably have to be like the innocence that I felt, and like how easy life was, because I remember being so innocent. I didn't know what anything was like, and the world has changed a lot since then, whether it be from music to technology, and even like how things are now. Like if you see on the news now, everything has just gotten worse in my opinion, but there are good things that have happened. So yeah, I think that world events have made the world change a lot since then. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to check out more on my channel, I will leave a link to my channel down in the description below. Remember to stay fluffy, my pandas, and bye!